Well, good afternoon and welcome along from Cooperstown. We have high school football here on KMAV 1520 AM this afternoon. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon hosting Northern Cass.
Good evening. Welcome to...
And also we have Mayville State football on 105.5 FM this afternoon. The Comets hosting University of Marion. A Class A Region 1 matchup here between Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon and Northern Cass. Take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by the Goose River Bank, Mayville, and Hillsboro. First off, the defense for Northern Cass. Northern Cass will kick it off to start the game. At nose guard, Matt Invick, a 6'4", 310-pound junior. Defensive tackles are Dustin Hengst, a 5'9", 226-pound junior. And Tyler Swanson, a 5'7", 183-pound junior. Defensive ends, Lucas Bush, a 6'2", 175-pound sophomore. And Casey Kylo, a 5'9", 163-pound sophomore. Linebackers are Nate King, a 6'1", 190-pound sophomore. Dallas Hansen, a 5'8", 185-pound sophomore. And Jared Swanson, a 5'5", 149-pound sophomore. The cornerbacks
starting at another defensive back, a junior, wearing number 10, Dustin Moen.
Be Dustin Moen. Dustin Moen is a safety, 5'11", 198-pound junior. Cornerbacks are Cass Peterson, a 6'1", 147-pound junior. And who else? Casey Zeski, a junior, 5'9", 139 pounds for Northern Cass. Northern Cass coached by Ron Laris, assisted by Kurt Holmstrom and Troy Kinn. We'll line up for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon right after this in the Goose River Bank. And for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon on offense, at center is Jim Hegvig, a 5'11", 221-pound junior. The guards at right guard. At right guard is Pat Strand, a 5'8", 178-pound senior. Left guard, Ryan Black, a 6'1", 198-pound junior. Right tackle, Mark Strand, a 6'1", 173-pound senior. Left tackle, Adam Landstrom, a 6', 206-pound senior. The right end is Jordan Grover, a 6'1", 187-pound sophomore. At left end is Nick Coles, a 5'11", 146-pound senior, replacing Sam Wiseman, who's out for an injury. Running backs are Adam Arstead, a 5'10", 171-pound senior. Brandon Harvey, a 5'9", 162-pound senior. And Philip Esslinger, a 5'10", 178-pound junior. And a quarterback is Brent Pachion, a 6'2", 173-pound junior. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon is coached by Larry Volk, assisted by Tim White and Preston Schweigel. Those are your starting lineups brought to you by the Goose River Bank of Mayville and Hillsboro. Homecoming here in Cooperstown. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon hosts Northern Cass. Glad to have you along here on KMAV 1520 AM this afternoon, as we're about a minute away from 2 o'clock. We're going to have the singing of the national anthem. We'll come back and get ready for football in 2 minutes. Well, we're just about ready for the opening kickoff here, as Northern Cass will kick it off to Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. The Jaguars won the coin flip and then deferred to the Cougars. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon will receive the football. Be Lucas Bush to kick it off for Northern Cass. Bush has handed the football, and he'll set it down on the tee. Back for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon are Brandon Harvey and Adam Arstead.
Back for the Cougars, Adam Arstead and Brandon Harvey.
They're about ready to go here. Bush approaches the ball, and the opening kick gets a low line drive kick. Takes a long Northern Cass roll, and then it's fumbled there. And picked back up to the 15-yard line, or out of the 20, 25, and trying a stiff arm move. Still getting some extra room all the way up to the 30-yard line. On the return is Brandon Harvey. Had the ball up around the 5-yard line. And then kind of lost the ball, picked it back up, and got a very good gain there on the return to start off the ball game. Football is at their own 30-yard line. First and 10, receiver to the left side. Pescian under center. And off goes up the middle, spinning around and brought down in a pile is Philip Esslinger, the fullback going up the middle. In a tackle is the defensive tackle, Dustin Hanks. Football's at 35, 5-yard pickup for Esslinger to start things off here.
Second down, 5.
11:18 to go, just underway here in the first quarter. Second and 5, ball at 35-yard line for the Cougars. Man in motion, fake pitch, handoff, goes to left side. Arstead, he's got first down and more. He's up to midfield, stiff arm to the 40, and then he's finally tripped up and brought down with the tackle. Is Dustin Moen, the safety. Perhaps Arstead was a little lucky not to get a face mask call. The stiff arm got up into the mask. Saw that last night in the Hope Page game. Same kind of situation, and Andrew Kynes is called for a face mask of 5 yards. Football's at the 37-yard line across the field in Northern Cass territory on first and 10. Man in motion, pitch back, goes to Brandon Harvey. Going to try to pick up some yards up the middle. He's going to get about 3 on the play. His first carry. Three yards on the carry for Brandon Harvey. Second and 7 now. Football is just across the Northern Cass 35-yard line. 2 receivers to the right side. 1 running back. Behind Pescian. Pass is off the outstretched arm of Grover. That's the first pass attempt of the ball game, so Brent Pescian is 0 for 1. So it'll be third down, 7 to go here. 10:07 to go, first quarter, no score. This is the opening drive. In a tight formation. Man in motion, Arstead, pitch back. Arstead moves the left side. The ball comes loose. Pescian will pick it up. So the ball stayed at Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. Ball actually went forward a good 5 yards or so on the fumble. And they're going to spot the ball. It appears to be a little bit short. About a yard to go. At about the 28-yard line. Well, they're going to measure. The Cougars getting up to the line, and now the officials telling them to wait up. They're going to measure here. Looks like it might be a little short. And it will be short here. So it'll be 4th and a yard. So a fumble recovered by Pescian gets it out to about the 28-yard line, close to the 27-yard line. So it's 4th and 1. Palace backfield here, handoff up the middle. They're going to get the first down. As pushing ahead is Brandon Harvey.
Hit by Nate King.
Should be enough here.
First down for the Cougars.
So it will be a first down. They're going to spot the ball at about the 27, maybe the 26-yard line. We'll call it a 2-yard gain. 2 carries, 5 yards unofficially for Harvey here in the early goings. Well, now they're going to measure. They said first down, and now they're going to bring out the chain gang. And it's definitely a first down.
First down Cougars.
So the football at about the 26-yard line, 1st and 10 for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. Man in motion's Harvey. Pacian back to throw. Deep pass down the right side, and it's caught. And in for the touchdown is Adam Arstead from 26 yards out. 9:11 to go here in the first quarter, and it's 6-0 Cougars. So a 26-yard pass from Pacian to Adam Arstead. And Pacian now 1 for 2 passing for a total of 26 yards. So they get up to the line here, and they're going to try for the extra point. Jim Hegvik will try to kick it in. There's a snap, and the kick is up, and it is good. 9:11 to go here in the first quarter. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon 7, Northern Cass nothing, and the Cougars will kick it out right after this 30-second timeout. 7-0 our score. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead over Northern Cass. The Twins get a win today, 7-3 over the Detroit Tigers, so they are up 2-0 in that series, in the 3-game series against the Tigers at the Metrodome. Heard today that they had to get that game over with by 2:30. Otherwise, the game would have stopped because they have Gopher football tonight. And the ball came off the tee, so Jim Hegvik will put it back up. Be Cass Peterson and Tony McPante try to return this. And this one goes way over them and into the end zone for a touchback. Nice solid kick by Jim Hegvik, and it'll be at the 20-yard line for Northern Cass. Also, on 105.5 FM this afternoon, we have Mayville State football. The Comets are scoreless with the University of Mary in the second quarter. University of Mary ranked 9th in the nation in NAIA football. And Mayville State, right now, they're staying with them scoreless in the second quarter. That's on 105.5 FM. Northern Cass up to the line here. On 1st and 10 to the 20, in motion is Cass Peterson. We got movement. So we got a flag here. This one should be on Northern Cass. And we had some movement. Legal procedure call, a false start, and it's going to be a 5-yard loss. First penalty of the ball game.
1st and 15.
1st and 15 at the 15-yard line. Dustin Moen at quarterback for Northern Cass. Hanson, the fullback in the backfield. Handoff goes to Dallas Hanson. Powers ahead, and then he's finally brought down around the 20-yard line. Making the tackle is Lee Tampelmeyer. Football is at the 20-yard line. First carry for 5 yards for Dallas Hanson. Receiver to the right side on 2nd and 10. And there's a handoff. Cass Peterson to the right side. Going to try to break through, and then finally brought down around the 23, maybe 24-yard line. And in on the tackle was Lee Tampelmeyer again. Ball at the 24, so it's a 4-yard pickup on the play for Cass Peterson. Third down now. 6 to go. Football at the 24 for Northern Cass. Receiver way wide to the right. Hand off up the middle. Dallas Hanson going to pick up about 2 or 3 here on the play. And on the tackle, Lee Tampelmeyer. Maybe some assistance from Josh Esslinger on the play. Football is up at about 26. It'll be a 2-yard gain. So it's 4th down. They're going to have to punt. And there's the punt. caught at the 37 and then brought backwards. And tackle will be Harvey. Had it about 37. It'll be down around the 33-yard line. Casey Kylo is the first man in there for Northern Cass. And the Cougars will have the ball first and 10 for about the 27. Make that the 33-yard line. So it's first and 10, ball at the 33-yard line. In a tight formation here, man in motion's Harvey. Handoff goes to Harvey up the middle. Spins around, gets through one tackle attempt, gets across the 40-yard line, finally brought down by Dallas Hanson on the far side of the field. As he moved toward the right side. Going to be a pretty good gain here of about 8 yards. Three carries, 13 yards for Brandon Harvey unofficially. Second and 2 now. Harvey again in motion. And handoff goes Arstead left side. He's got a lot of room across midfield to the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Throws the stiff arm. He's finally brought down with the tackles. Cass Peterson, who finally caught up with him. And that helped keep Arstead out of the end zone. A big run there. They faked it. Looked like they're going to hand it off to the right side for Harvey. And ends up going down the left side to Arstead.
45-yard run.
So a big run there for Arstead. 6:38 to go in the first quarter, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. We got a timeout. Well, a 45-yard run for Adam Arstead. Now, great field position here. Arstead's only run the ball twice, and already has a total of 73 yards. 73 yards on 2 carries. Now the Cougars get back onto the field. Northern Cass stayed in their huddle. Football is at the 14-yard line. Great position right now for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon as they're going to try and go up by 2 touchdowns. Got a receiver to the right side. And now man in motion to the right side. Fake pitch, runs up the middle. Trying to spin around is Philip Esslinger. And pretty good carry right up the middle there. See where they're going to spot the ball here. It looks to be around the 5 maybe. Or the 10-yard line.
Brought down by King and Moen.
Big gain of about 4. 2 carries, 9 yards for Philip Esslinger. Second and 6. Receiver way wide to the right side is Brandon Harvey. Arstead also on the right side in the slot. Pass is caught. Short pass and then brought down.
Completion to Grover.
Grover makes the catch. Tackle is made by Casey Zeski.
Pass from Pregame.
So it's a completed pass. And the football appears to be at about the 9 for a gain of 1. So 2 for 3 passing is Payshion. They're down and a fake pitch, run up the middle. And that's Philip Esslinger. Getting the ball probably to about the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. Yeah, he picked up some. Gained a couple of yards. 3 carries, 11 yards for Philip Esslinger. 4th down and about 4 to go. So they get up to the line here. Cougars are going to try for it here on 4th down. So they're pretty close to the end zone. And man in motion now. We got a flag here. They're going to blow the play dead. Whistle's blown. On the Griggs County Central. A legal procedure call. They'll back it up 5. First penalty for the Cougars. So it's now 4th down and about 9 to go. And now they're going to try for the field goal. Be Jim Hegvik to try a field goal here. Ball spot at the 20. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. On a 30-yard attempt, no good. 4:17 to go. Here in the first quarter, 7-0 remains the score. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead. So a 30-yard attempt, no good, and it's wide left. 4:17 to go, first quarter. Northern Cass take over here. Football's at the Northern Cass 20-yard line. That's where they started on their first drive. And they're at the 20-yard line once again. First and 10. Two receivers to the right. Short pass is caught. Nice reach there to get that one. And then spun around and brought down is Cody Peterson. Short pass that looked like it was going to be a little too high for Cody Peterson, but Dustin Moen found him on a nice grab. Football is at about the 28-yard line, so it'll be an 8-yard completion. 2nd and 2 at the 28. Moen goes way back, looking around. Pass is caught to a wide-open Cass Peterson, and he'll finally be brought down on the left side of the field by Philip Esslinger. It's going to be a first down, a completion of 6 yards. So Dustin Moen, 2 for 2 passing. He's passed on both of these plays in this drive. Total of 14 yards. First and 10. Football's at the Northern Cass 34-yard line. Jaguars have 2 receivers, make that 3 to the right. Now a man in motion is Cass Peterson. Back to throw, looking at the right side is Moen. Short pass, and it's off the hand of Dallas Hansen. So it's now 2nd and 10 for Northern Cass. Moen 2 for 3 passing. All attempts on the drive. Northern Cass in the huddle. And they break the huddle. Receiver to the right side. Cody Peterson. Cass Peterson also short on the right side. And a tight end. Man in motion. Pitch back. Running toward the right side. Getting around. Juke to the left side. Now fumble. And falling on top of the ball is Dustin Hanks. Casey Kylo the carry, and then was knocked around the 44-yard line, and Dustin Hanks picked it up. So another first down here. Football is at the 46-yard line.
First down and 10 for the Jaguars.
It's a pickup of 12 yards. First and 10 at the 46-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. Man in motion, Cass Peterson. Handoff goes up the middle. And getting across midfield and then brought down is going to be Nate King. Tackled by Esslinger. And the football is across midfield to the 47-yard line. So 7 yards there. And quickly wrapped up is going to be Kylo for a big loss. Tackle is made by Mark Strand. A big loss here, about 6.
About the 7, brings up 3rd and 11.
So it's now 3rd down and a long 10. Four receivers, 2 on each side. Short pass, and it's tipped around, intercepted to the 40, 30, 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, on the return. Wade Bomber, interception, return for a touchdown, about 51 yards.
51-yard touchdown.
And with a minute 38 to go in the first quarter, it's now 13-0, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon, just like that. 51-yard return on the interception for Wade Bomber. And Jim Hegvik will try the extra point. 1 for 1 on extra point tries in this ball game. There's a snap, kick is up, and the kick is going to be good. Minute 38 to go, first quarter. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon 14, Northern Cass nothing. Cougars will kick it off in 30 seconds. Well, a 51-yard return on the interception for Wade Bomber, and that makes it 14-0 after the PAT. Cougars with the lead, minute 38 to go in the first quarter. Also this afternoon on 105.5 FM, we have Mayville State football, the Comets against the University of Merritt. Be Jim Hegvik kicking it away. Tony McPante and Cass Peterson back to receive the kick. And the kick is going to be caught down on one knee by Casey Zeski at around the 15-yard line, 14-yard line. So Northern Cass will start first and 10 at the 14. Minute 38 to go, first quarter. And the Jaguars get into the huddle. They break out of the huddle and get up to the line. Northern Cass will go with 3 receivers to the right. And in motion now is Cass Peterson. Moan looks downfield, pass is caught. And a big run here up to the 30, 35, 40, 45 across midfield, and then finally brought down on the play is Nate King. Tackle for Lee Tampelmeyer. Just across midfield on the play, Nate King with a big run. Football is across midfield to the 48-yard line. So that's 38 yards for Nate King. Total of 45 yards on 2 runs. Hand off, King up the middle, and he'll be spun around and brought down here. Mark Strand getting the tackle. Must be a loss of a yard. 3 carries, 44 yards for Nate King now. 2nd and 11. Football is at the Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon 49-yard line. 53 seconds to go and the clock rolling here. Late in the first quarter. Jaguars break out of the huddle. And they'll get up to the line here. Trips to the right, now man in motion is Cass Peterson. Back to throw is Moan. Pass the left side, caught by Cass Peterson. And he gets to the 40, 35. Nice block there, down to the 30. Moves to the left, 25. Keeps going to the 20. Finally brought down inside the 20 near the 10-yard line, but we do have a flag near midfield. So we have to wait and see what the flag is. Good running there by Cass Peterson after making the catch, but this one is going to go back. Holding on Northern Cass. Way back at about the line of scrimmage. So that will nullify the completed pass, which would have went for about 40 yards. And just about all 40 of those yards running after the catch. This will go back 10 yards down to the 41. So it's a 10-yard penalty. 15 yards total in penalties on 2 so far for Northern Cass. 2nd and 21. Football's at their own 41-yard line. Trips to the right side again. Back to throw is Moan looking. Pass is caught by Peterson, gets up to midfield, 45, and then finally brought down just past the 45. In on the tackle are Lee Tampelmeyer and Adam Arstead. And they're going to be picking up some big yardage here. Still be shy of the first down, but it will be third down and about 4 to go. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. One complete. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon 14, Northern Cass nothing. Quarter number 2 is in 1 minute. 14-0. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead over Northern Cass as we get ready for the second quarter. 3rd and 5 for Northern Cass. And in motion, Cass Peterson goes to the backfield, handoff up the middle. Hanson spun around, hit hard, but keeps powering ahead. It's across the 40 to about the 39-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and about 2. Or 4th and 2, rather. 3 carries, 10 yards unofficially for Dallas Hanson. And Northern Cass will go for it here on 4th down. Receivers way wide to both sides. And going up the middle is Moore, and it looks like he got pretty good yardage here on the cornerback keeper. This one should be a first down. And it will be. Football up to about the 36-yard line. It'll be 3 yards on the first carry for Dustin Moore. 1st and 10 at the Cougars' 36-yard line as the Jaguars continue on the drive. Their previous drive, they were driving down the field, and then an interception kind of ruined that. Up the middle is Hanson, and he's going to get across the 35 to about the 33-yard line. The tackle on the play looked to be on maybe Matt Strand. And it will be a gain of about 3.
2nd down, 7.
4 carries, 13 yards for Dallas Hanson here in the first half. Trips to the right again. And Peterson again in motion, so now 2 receivers to the right side. Moen's going to try pitch back, and the ball gets away, and Peterson's going to have to fall on it for a huge loss. Down to the 44-yard line. So big loss here. And this is going to be 3rd.
3rd and 17.
3rd down about 17, 18 yards. A loss of about 10. 3rd and long. Man in motion. Back to throw, Moore. He's got 2 guys after him. Gets right through him. He's going to take it himself up the middle. And will get about 5 yards there. The tackle's made by Philip Esslinger and Lee Tampelmeyer. Gain of 5. 2 carries, 8 yards for the quarterback. And now it's 4th and long. Northern Cass is going to punt it. 9:18 to go here in the first half. There's the punt. Takes a couple of bounces all the way down to the 5, and then it's picked up at the 4-yard line by Northern Cass. And Griggs County Central is going to be deep in their own territory on 1st and 10. Football is at the 4-yard line on 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon gets up to the line. They're in a tight formation. Man in motion, Arstead pitch back. Arstead left side. Trying to break free up the middle, and he's finally stopped near the 10. Tackle made by Kylo. And the football is out at about the 10. 6 yards for Arstead. 3 carries, 79 yards. So it's now a second down. And about 4 to go. Pass up the middle, and it's right through the hands of Jordan Grover. Just a little bit too far for him, but had he had that one, might have been taken off for the end zone. Had just one guy to get away from, and that was the safety, Dustin Moan. Pacian now 2 for 4 passing, 27 yards total. 3rd and 4, 8:25 to go here. Quarter number 2, 14-0. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon at the lead. Grover way wide to the right side. On 3rd and 4. And in motion, pitch back and a fumble. Picked back up by Harvey. And then he's going to be gobbled up here. Nate King hitting the first hit, and then a whole bunch of Jaguars came in there to help out.
And about 6.
So a loss of a couple. Not bad considering the fumble. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon will punt deep in their own territory. It'll be Pat Strand. There's a snap. And there's the punt. Kind of a spiraling punt. Caught at the 45 by Cass Peterson to the 35, 30, and pushes ahead before being brought down by Arstead and Coles.
That'd be a first down for the Jaguars.
So it's going to be great field position here for the Jaguars. Football is going to be at about the 27. And it's 1st and 10. Jaguars come out of the huddle. 7:52 to go in the first half. And a 14-0 lead for the Cougars. Man in motion, Cass Peterson. Back to throw is Moe. Now moving to the right side. Might keep it himself. And he's going to try to run up the middle with it. Spun around and it'll be brought down. Going to lose yardage here. Loss of 2 yards. So it'll now be 2nd and 12 at the 29-yard line. Dustin Moen has held on to the ball 3 times now for 6 yards. It's his first time with negative yardage. Moen hands it off up the middle to Nate King, and he's going to pick up a yard or 2 going up the middle. And about 2 yards. 4 carries, 46 yards for Nate King. Clock moving here. 6:45 to go, first half. Third and a long 10. Trips to the left side. Mullen back to throw, looking around. Now he's going to try to run himself or what? Yeah, that's what he's going to try to do, but he's going to be brought down around the line of scrimmage. On the far side of the field, Lee Tampelmeyer getting the tackle. Be a loss here of a yard. Mullen apparently could not find anyone open. So it's 4th and long, about 12. And Mullen's going to come out and he's going to bring in the punting unit. Fourth down. Low snap. Bounces off the grass. Now fake. There's a pass. Nate King's going to try to take it up the middle. And this one up back to about the line of scrimmage where it was at. So it'd be a gain of about 1 yard. Cody Peterson will get credit for the completed pass of 1 yard to Nate King. So they try the fake punt, but it just did not work out.
First down for the Cougars.
First and 10, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. Football is at the 26-yard line, and we got movement. 2 flags thrown here. This will back it up. Legal procedure call.
Second down and 15. First and 15.
So it'll be first and 15 at the 21. .541 to go here in the first half. 14-0 our score. Cougars with the lead. Again in a tight formation here. Man in motion, Harvey. Pitch back to Harvey. Goes to the left side, gets around one defender. Spun around and finally brought down. Nate King got a good hold of him.
Second down.
And this is going to bring the ball out to about the 33-yard line. 12-yard gain. 5 carries, 23 yards for Brandon Harvey. Second and about 7. And off up the middle, Harvey. He's got nowhere to go. Brought down a huge pile. Lucas Bush got a hold of him, and then got some help also by Tyler Swanson and perhaps another 1 or 2 players in that big pile. Football is at the 34-yard line for a gain of 1. Now I take that back. No gain. Third down. 6 carries, 23 yards for Harvey. Harvey in motion. Takes the handoff. Gets around one defender and then is brought down. He's going to have a first down here to about the 40-yard line. Nate King getting the tackle. And the ball will be put down the 40-yard line for a first down. So football at the 40-yard line, first and 10. Man in motion's Harvey. Fake pitch, handoff, Arstead left side. Gets the 45 and is tripped up by his own man down to about the 48-yard line. Be an 8-yard gain. 4 carries, 86 yards for Adam Arstead. He's had a couple of big gains early on. 3:28 to go, first half, 14-0 our score. Cougars with the lead over the Jaguars. Man in motion, Arstead. He'll take the handoff up middle, and he's stuffed right away. Dustin Hanks gets the tackle. And that'll be a loss of about a yard, maybe a half a yard. 5 carries, 85 yards for Adam Arstead. Football just shy of the Cougars' 48-yard line. 3rd and 3. Full house backfield, moving to the right side. And Patient will be brought down. A huge hit down around the ankles by Casey Kylo as he came in there out of nowhere. And a big loss there of about 3. Patient still in positive territory for rushing yards. 2 carries, 3 yards. 4th down now. Ball is just shy of the 45-yard line, and the Cougars get ready to punt it away. Just under 2 minutes to go, and the clock moving here. And a 14-0 lead for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. Here's the punt, and this one's going to go out. Down around the 30-yard line, somewhere in that area. Now they're going to make it about the 32-yard line.
Ball's out of bounds on the 32-yard line. First down.
And that's where Northern Cass will have the ball, 1st and 10, at their own 32-yard line. They'll have a minute 48 to work with. See if they can get within a touchdown before the half. Northern Cass has been able to drive the football a few times and get in good field position, but the Cougars keep stopping them. Jaguars break out of the huddle. First and 10 at the 32. Trips the left side. Fake pass by Mo. Now he's going to try to go deep down the field. There's nobody there. Closest man was Lucas Bush, but he was still about 10 yards from the pass. So for Dustin Moe, he's now 3 for 6 passing with 30 yards. Minute 42 to go, 2nd and 10. And the Jaguars get up to the line of scrimmage. They have a receiver on the left side. Tight end to the right. Short pass off a Bush, and reaching out, unable to make the grab defensively, was Wade Bomber. He's going to try to get his 2nd interception. And it's now 3rd and 10. Mo now 3 for 7 passing. Jaguars talk things over, and they'll get up to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the left side. Peterson now in motion. Hand off up the middle to Dallas Hansen, trying to push ahead for a little bit more, and he's going to get all the way up to about the 40-yard line. Some good determination there. Probably would have been stopped about the 36, but just kept chugging away and got up to the 40-yard line for a gain of 8 yards.
4th down and 2.
He's carried the ball 5 times today for 21 yards. Cody Peterson back to punt it away with a minute 10 to go, and the clock moving here. End over end punt, caught by Harvey at the 30, and be wrapped up around the 32-yard line, and there's a flag. Down there to tackle is Kylo and Cass Peterson. And they're going to say that Harvey motioned for a fair catch and then took the ball and ran with it. And I think the argument is that the sun's out and Harvey's just trying to be able to see the ball, catch it, and then take the ball up. But this is going to back it up. From about where he caught it, which would have been just shy of the 30-yard line. We'll back it up 5. We'll put it at the 25-yard line. So it's a 5-yard penalty. 2 penalties, 10 yards here in the first half for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. And it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. First and 10 at the 25-yard line. Got 5 receivers, 4 to the left. Back to throw, Payshawn, short pass, and it's too short. Intended for Wade Bomber. Payshawn has 27 yards passing, 2 for 5 now. 56 seconds to go before halftime. Cougars trying to see what they can do here for halftime, maybe add a few more points. They lead 14-0 over Northern Cass. Now back to the tight formation as they use most of the time. Back to throw. Pacian looks around. Pass is caught. Up to the 35, 40, 45. Philip Esslinger all the way to midfield. A big gain there for Philip Esslinger. Up to the 50-yard line. And we're going to have a timeout by Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. 45 seconds to go in the half. Throw the ball at midfield, 1st and 10. We're back in 30 seconds. Cougars took the timeout after a 25-yard completed pass from Brent Pacian to Philip Esslinger. So now they're at midfield, 1st and 10. And the Cougars with still plenty of time, 45.8 on the clock. Trying to get, at the very least, 3 points added on to their 14-0 lead. 2 receivers to the left side. Pacian under center. Back to throw as Pacian looks around. Short pass, and it's incomplete. It's a forward pass. Got Jaguars all over it thinking that maybe it's going to go for a fumble, but it's a forward pass, incomplete, intended for Jordan Grover. And Pacian now 3 for 7 passing, 52 yards in this first half. 41 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 at midfield. And the Cougars get up to the line. They'll go with the receiver way wide to the right, also one out to the left side. Pacian back to throw. Now he's in trouble, and he's brought down. Dallas Hansen came in there and made him lose his footing. He was brought down. And the Cougars want a timeout. 31 seconds to go in the half. 14-0 Cougars. We're back in 30 seconds. Cougars use up another timeout after a loss of about 4. 3rd and 14. Football is at their own 46-yard line. Receiver to the left side. 31 seconds to go in the half. In motion is Harvey. Takes a handoff, then another handoff over to Arstead. Huge hole. 40. Jukes the right, gets the 35, down to the 30, and brought down around the 25-yard line. Tackle made by Nate King. Down at the 24-yard line. A huge run there, and Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon uses their last timeout. We're back in 30 seconds. Well, that's the last timeout for the Cougars, but a big 29-yard run for Arstead, and he now has 114 yards on only 6 carries. His 3 biggest runs have gone for 45, 29, and 28 yards. And now the Cougars with very good field position, 21 seconds to go. But they're out of timeouts, so let's see what they decide to do here on 1st and 10 down at the Northern Cass 25-yard line. One fullback in the backfield. In motion is Harvey. Pacian's looking to the end zone. Pass is too far and out of range for Arstead. Arstead was about 2 or 3 yards in the end zone, and the pass is just a little further than that. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the Northern Cass 25-yard line. 3 for 8 passing is Pacian in this first half. And the Cougars talk over this play in the huddle. Get back up to the line. They have 17.4 seconds to go before halftime. Another tight formation. Harvey again in motion. Fake pitch. Pacian in trouble. Nice block there. Pass downfield. It's intercepted by Dustin Moen. And he brings it up to about the 20-yard line. And Northern Cass has it back with 6 seconds to go. So it's an interception for Dustin Moen. That could end up being a pretty big play as the Cougars will have a 14-point lead and nothing more than that going into the half. Keeps the game a little bit more in reach for the second half. Northern Cass has had their chances, but Cougars have done a nice job stopping them, even when they get into a pretty good field position. They're going to take the knee here and run out the clock. And that will take us to halftime. We're at halftime. The score is Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon 14, Northern Cass nothing. We'll get ready for the halftime report in 2 minutes. Our score here at halftime, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon 14, Northern Cass nothing, and it's time now for the halftime report. Take a look first off at the scoring summary from the first half of play. All the scoring coming in quarter number one. On the opening drive for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon, they started at their own 30-yard line, drove down the field, and was capped off by a 26-yard pass from Brent Pachion to Adam Arstead. The extra point kicked in by Jim Hegvik, and it's 7-0. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead, 9:11 to go in the first quarter. On the next drive for the Cougars, they would try for a 30-yard field goal attempt for Hegvik, and it would be wide to the left, no good. With 4:17 to go in the first quarter, still 7-0. Northern Cass would drive down the field, get to about midfield, and then the pass from Dustin Moen was intercepted by Wade Bomber, took it 51 yards all the way to the end zone with 1:38 to go in the first quarter. And the extra point kicked in by Jim Hegvik. That made it 14-0. Cougars with the lead. That would be all the scoring in the first half. Cougars would drive and pick up some good yardage toward halftime, right before halftime, but then pass from Brent Pachion was intercepted by Dustin Moen at about the goal line with 6 seconds to go right before halftime, and the Cougars unable to add on to their total. So here at halftime, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon 14, Northern Cass nothing. It's 3 o'clock. You're listening to Class A Region 1 football coverage on KMAV 1520 AM, Mayville, Portland. We'll continue with more of the halftime report and take a look at some of the individual and team stats right after this 2-minute timeout. Welcome back to the halftime report. Our score here at halftime, it's homecoming here in Cooperstown for Griggs County Central. And it's Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon leading Northern Cass 14-0 at halftime. On 105.5 FM, we have college football. Mayville State trailing 2-0 to the University of Mary. They're in the third quarter. And University of Mary ranked 9th in the nation in NAIA football, and the Comets are keeping up with them. It's only 2-0. University of Mary with the lead third quarter. That's on 105.5 FM. Let's take a look at the individual stats unofficially for both these teams. The Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon rushing stats, Adam Arstead, 6 carries, 114 yards. He's had some big runs. The biggest was 45 yards. He's also had runs for 29 and 28 with only 6 carries and 114 yards for Adam Arstead. Phil Besslinger, 3 carries, 11 yards. Brandon Harvey's carried it 7 times for 29 yards, and Brent Pachion 3 times for a -1. And in the passing department, Brent Pachion is 3 for 9 passing, 52 yards, including a 26-yard touchdown. Receiving stats for the Cougars, Adam Arstead's caught 1 for 26 yards. That was a touchdown catch. Jordan Grover has caught 1 for 1 yard, and Phil Besslinger has a reception totaling 25 yards. Now for Northern Cass, unofficially in their rushing stats, Dallas Hansen, 5 carries, 21 yards. Cass Peterson, 3 carries for 6 yards. Dustin Moen, 5 carries for 3 yards. Nate King has carried the ball 4 times for 46 yards. And Casey Kylo has 1 carry for a -6. Northern Cass passing department, Dustin Moen, 3 for 7 passing for 30 yards. Also, Cody Peterson, the punter, has a completed pass, 1 for 1, 3 yards total, and that was on a fake punt attempt. Receiving stats for Northern Cass, Cody Peterson has caught 1 for 8 yards. Cass Peterson, 2 catches for 22 yards. Nate King has 1 catch for 3 yards. Here at halftime, it's 14-0. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead over Northern Cass. We'll take a look at the team numbers right after this 2-minute timeout. Welcome back to the halftime report. Let's take a look at the team numbers unofficially. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon, 153 yards rushing, 52 yards passing for a total offense of 205. Northern Cass, they have ran the ball on the ground 70 yards, passed for 33 yards. for a total of 103. So the Cougars have the advantage in total offense, 205 to 103. Penalties. Each team has 2 penalties. Griggs County, Central-Finley-Sharon, 2 penalties for 10 yards. Northern Cass, 2 penalties, totaling 15 yards. Well, both teams still talking here at halftime. Griggs County Central going through some practice plays here. And Northern Cass down the other end, just talking with the coaches right now. The Jaguars will receive to start the second half as they kicked it off to start off the ball game. So the Jaguars, if they could potentially score on their opening drive, could cut the deficit in half. They've had their chances down the field, and so have the Cougars for that matter, but the Cougars have been the only ones to capitalize thus far with 2 touchdowns coming back in quarter number 1. Did not have any scoring in the second quarter. Again, on 105.5 FM this afternoon, we have college football. Mayville State trails 2-0 to the University of Mary in the third quarter. That would be an upset of epic proportions, if you will, if Mayville State were to somehow win that. University of Mary, a very tough team, ranked very high, but from what I've heard, they've been turning over the ball quite a bit in this ball game this afternoon. Major League Baseball today, Twins won 7-3 over the Tigers. They are creeping up closer and closer to getting into the playoffs. They've just about got the AL Central wrapped up. Their magic number is down to about 5, I believe. As they've got the White Sox and Kansas City, the only teams behind them, but the matchups are very favorable for the Twins here in the last week of the season. 14-0 our score. Griggs County Central with the lead over Northern Cass, and that's the halftime report. We'll get ready for the second half in 2 minutes. Well, Northern Cass will receive to start the second half. They trail Griggs County Central Finley-Sharon 14-0. All points scored in the first quarter of play. Jaguars still huddled up here. Cougars heading toward the sidelines right now. And now the Jaguars are out of the huddle, and they've got their special teams return unit out there. Back to receive for Northern Cass will be Cass Peterson and Tony McPante. And the Cougars break out of their huddle as they'll kick it off. Jim Hegvik will kick it off here to start the second half. And we'll keep you updated on the Mayville State football game as well throughout the second half. And there's the kick. Caught by Casey Zeski, short of the 20, up to the 30-yard line, and it'll be hauled in on the 33. Tackle made by Philip Eslinger.
First down for the Jaguars.
And it's 1st and 10 for Northern Cass. Football about 33. So see what the Jaguars can do here. They trail 14-0. And I'm pretty sure Northern Cass would like to get on the board here as early as possible. They go with trips to the right side. Now man in motion. Twins to the right. Handoff up the middle, and there's just nowhere to go there. Trying to go up the middle on that play was Dallas Hansen, and he's going to be back a little bit short of the line of scrimmage, a loss of about a yard. 6 carries, 20 yards for Dallas Hansen. Second and 11. Football is at their own 32-yard line as we're just underway in the third quarter. 11:23 to go. Receiver way wide to the left side. And now second receiver. One step drop, and then the pass is caught. Spun around is Lucas Bush. That's the first time that he's had the ball in his hands up to about the 42-yard line. So that'll be a gain of about 9. Four for 8 passing is Moan. 3rd and 2, handoff, goes to Cass Peterson, had the ball sticking out, he lost it. And let's see who got it back. It looks like Casey Kylo came up with it and actually picked up about a yard there, close to a yard. So recovery for Casey Kylo. 4th and a long one. Jaguars are going to go for it. 4 receivers. Quarterback sneak up the middle is Moan, and it appears that he has enough for a first down. Gain of 2 yards. It'll be a first down. 6 carries, 5 yards for Dustin Moan. You're listening to Class A Region 1 action on KMAV 1520 AM, Mayville, Portland. 9:55 to go in the 3rd quarter, and it's 14-0 Cougars. Twins to the right side. Moan back to throw. Pass is through the hands of Cass Peterson. And Moan now 4 of 9 passing, 39 yards total. Football's at the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Northern Cass. Jaguars tacking it over. And now they get up toward the line of scrimmage. Northern Cass goes with 3 wide receivers, all to the right. Now man in motion, Cass Peterson. Handoff, Hanson, huge hole. Across the midfield of the 45, brought down around the 42-yard line, and just had a huge hole right up the middle for probably the first time in the ball game where Hanson had a lot of running room. And he gets it to about the 42-yard line for a gain of about 13. That's 7 carries for 33 yards this afternoon for Dallas Hanson. And it's 1st and 10 Jaguars at the Cougars' 42-yard line. They've got a man on the right side at a receiver. Tight end on the left side as well. Handoff goes up the middle. And it'll be a gain for 1, maybe 2 yards on the play for Nate King. And they will pick up about 2. 5 carries, 48 yards for Nate King. Nate King was the Legion coach, Legion baseball this past summer for the Gardner Express. 2 receivers the right side, fake handoff. Now the ball goes to Kylo trying to find some room. Gets back up to the line of scrimmage and is brought down in a whole gang of Cougars. Tackles made by Josh Esslinger and Adam Landstrom in there. And back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be it for Kylo. 3 carries for -5 for Kylo. Football is at the Cougars' 40-yard line on 3rd and about 8. Cass Peterson in motion. Moan back to throw, pass deep down the left side. It's caught at the 24, down to the 20, 15. Long pass to Lucas Bush. Wade Bomber gets the tackle. So a long completed pass all the way down to the 15-yard line to Lucas Bush. A gain of 25. Lucas Bush has caught 2 for a total of 34 yards, and Dustin Moe now 5 for 10 passing. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Cass Peterson in motion, handoff up the middle of Nate King, finds a hole on the left side, gets in down to around the 5. As he ran the left side, had a pretty good opening. Gets the ball to about the 6-yard line. And the Cougars want a timeout. We're back in 30 seconds. 7:28 to go, third quarter, 14-0. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead over Northern Cass. But the Jaguars are down at the 6-yard line, and they're going to have 2nd and 1 at the 6. Northern Cass is going to try to cut the deficit in half early on in the third quarter. They've had to drive a long ways. They started at their own 33-yard line, and now they're on the other side of the field down at the 6. Trying to complete a 67-yard drive. Trips to the left side. Got Cass Peterson, Kylo, and Bush all on the left side. Now Cass Peterson in motion. They're going to go up the middle with it. On the quarterback sneak, and he's going to get all the way in for a touchdown for 6 yards. Just kept pushing the pile forward. 7:21 to go in the third quarter. And it's 14-6. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead, but Northern Cass now on the board. And 67 yards on the drive, and Northern Cass is on the board. Casey Zeski will hold the snap, and it'll be Cody Peterson to kick it up for the extra point. There's the snap, and the kick is up, and it looks like it just barely cleared, and it's in there for the extra point. 7:21 to go, third quarter, 14-7. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead over Northern Cass, and the Jaguars will kick it off right after this 30-second timeout. Well, it's now a 14-7 Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon lead. After Northern Cass gets on the board, they complete a 67-yard drive, capped off by a 6-yard run and a quarterback sneak up the middle for Moen, and he got the whole 6 yards into the end zone. Extra point kicked in by Cody Peterson, and now it's a 14-7 ball game. There's a low bouncing kick picked up at the 25, up to the 30. 35, spun around and brought down is Nick Coles around the 35-yard line. Tackle made by Dallas Hansen for Northern Cass. And Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon will take over with 7:17 to go in the third quarter. Ball be at their own 36. First and 10 for the Cougars. As the Cougars get up to the line, another tight formation here. Arstead in motion. Fake pitch. Handoff. Goes right side. Harvey up to the 40. And then brought down on the tackle on the far side of the field by Moen, the safety. And the ball is going to be spotted up at about the 44-yard line. A gain of about 8. 8 carries, 37 yards for Brandon Harvey unofficially. 2nd and 2, ball at the 44. Arstead in motion, takes the pitch back, trying to go up the middle. And he'll be brought down. Back around the line of scrimmage. Tackle is going to be made by both Tyler Swanson and Dustin Hengst. And they will get about 1 yard up to the 45-yard line. 7 carries, 115 yards for Adam Arstead. 3rd and 1. Third and 1 at the 45. In motion is Brandon Harvey. Takes the pitch back, and he's in trouble. He's going to be taken down by Jared Swanson. And this is going to go for a loss of 3. 9 carries, 34 yards for Harvey, and Northern Cass is fired up as the Cougars are on 4th and 4. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon gets out of the huddle, as they are going to have to punt it here. Pat Strand will punt for the second time. Here's the snap and the punt. End over end. It's not getting very far. It's going to go out. just across midfield at about the 44-yard line, a very short punt. And Northern Cass has got to like that as they are trailing only by 7. They're going to have the ball at their own 44-yard line. First and 10 for the Jaguars, trailing 14-7. 5:11 to go, third quarter. Jaguars up the line, trips to the right side. Expect Cass Peterson to go into motion, and he does, as is usual. Handoff. Trying to go up the middle is Nate King, and he's going to pick up about 3 there. Brought down the tackle by Matt Strand. Football will be spotted at the 47-yard line for a gain of 3. Nate King has 7 carries for 60 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and 7 from their own 47-yard line. Trips to the left side this time. Cass Peterson again in motion. Back to throw him on, in trouble. He's just get passed down the middle. It's caught by Nate King at the 45 down to the 40-yard line before being brought down by Brandon Harvey. Moan was in trouble. He didn't have much time, so he just threw it right down the middle, and very fortunate to find Nate King standing right there. The 45 gets down to the 40-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the Cougars' 40. A 13-yard pass. First and 10, man in motion, Cass Peterson. Hand off, Nate King up the middle, and he's going to pick up about another 8 yards there. Tackle made by Lee Templemeyer. And the football is at the 32, so that's an 8-yard run. Nate King is starting to get some pretty good runs here. He has 68 yards on 8 carries. Second and 2. 3 receivers to the left, and now Cass Peterson again in motion. Handoff up the middle. Hanson, big hole. And now a flag here. Going to have a flag on the play. Got down to about the 25. Would have easily been a first down. We'll have to wait and see. And it looks like it's holding on at Northern Cass. Jaguars are wondering where. This will back it up. 10 yards. That's a big 10-yard penalty for Northern Cass. So it's now 2nd and a long 11. Football is at about the 41 of the Cougars. Northern Cass has been doing very well on this drive, but that hold backs it up. 3 receivers on the right side. Back to throw is Bone. Pass goes to Cass Peterson. It's caught, and he's going to take off all the way down to the 30-yard line, and then is brought down. Tackle made by Arstead and Templemeyer. And they're going to spot this one at the 25-yard line for another big gain. 16, 17 yards. And Dustin Mullen's been doing very well passing, 7 for 12. Handoff up the middle. Hanson is going to get about a yard here, and that's it. Tackle made by Josh Esslinger. Well, they'll spot the ball from the line of scrimmage. No gain. 8 carries, 33 yards this afternoon for Dallas Hanson. 14-7, Cougars with the lead, 2:40 to go, third quarter. Second and 10 at the Cougars' 25. Cass Peterson in motion. Handoff, Nate King, and he spun around, and he's not going to get anywhere. Looks like Pat Strand got the first hit to slow down Nate King. There'll be no gain. 9 carries, 68 yards for Nate King, and it's now 3rd and 10. 25 yards from the end zone. Jaguars trailing 14-0 at the half. trying to tie it up here in the third quarter. Back to throw is Moen. Short pass right side, caught by Cass Peterson. Had to reach out, gets it down to the 20, and he's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That'll bring up the fourth down.
And they're going to put it in about the 18-yard line, so it'll be 4th and 3. A 7-yard reception for Cass Peterson. He's caught 4 for a total of 46 yards. Dustin Moen, 8 for 13 passing with 101 yards. Jaguars will go for it on 4th and 3 at the 18-yard line. 3 receivers left side in motion. Cass Peterson. Moen, nice block there from Kylo. Pass is caught up the middle by Nate King. And the Jaguars keep it alive again. The second time they've been on 4th down on this drive. And they are able to keep it going and give credit there to Casey Kylo for a very nice block there. That allowed for the completed pass. Ball is at about the 6-yard line. Maybe the 7. First and goal, pitch back. Kylo, nowhere to go. He's going to be caught up around the 9. That'll be a loss. Loss of 3. Four carries, -8 for Casey Kylo. Ball at the 10-yard line, second and goal. 22 seconds to go in the third quarter. Go trips to the right. Now in motion, Cass Peterson. Moen looks around. Pass is caught by Nate King, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. 9 seconds to go in the third quarter. And it's 14-13. Griggs County, Central-Finley-Sharon, and Northern Cass. It's going to try to tie it up here. Cougars are up at halftime, 14-0. And now Northern Cass is going to try to tie it just before the end of the third quarter. Be Cody Peterson to try to kick the extra point. And the kick is up, and it's good. We're tied up. 9 seconds to go, third quarter, tied at 14. We're back in 30 seconds. Tied at 14, 9 seconds to go, third quarter. Lucas Bush will kick it off. Griggs County, Central-Finley-Sharon scored all 14 of their points in the first quarter, and Northern Cass scored all 14 of their points here in the third quarter. And we're all knotted up. Cougars get their special teams return unit on the field. Adam Arstead and Brandon Harvey are back to receive. And Bush approaches the football. There's the kick. This one's going to go out. There's a flag. Be a legal procedure on Northern Cass as the ball went out. So the ball will be at the 40-yard line for Griggs County, Central-Finley-Sharon. Or the 35, rather. So first and 10 from the 35 for Griggs County, Central-Finley-Sharon. Receiver way wide to the right side for Griggs County, Central-Finley-Sharon. Man in motion, Arstead. Up the middle is Phil Besslinger, and he's going to get up to about the 44-yard line for a gain of about 9. 4 carries, 20 yards for Phil Besslinger, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. We get ready for the fourth quarter. Tied at 14 between Griggs County, Central-Finley-Sharon, and Northern Cass. We get ready for the fourth quarter in 1 minute. Well, we get ready for the fourth quarter. Tied at 14. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon scored all 14 of their points in the first quarter. Northern Cass answered back with 14 of their own in the third quarter. And we're all knotted up here. 2nd and 1 for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon at their own 44-yard line as we get ready for the fourth quarter. Full house backfield. Handoff goes up the middle, trying to get up for a first down there. And it looks like they got it anyway on forward progress. Brandon Harvey should have enough for the first down. Nate King got in there trying to back him up. And it's enough for the first down. 1-yard pickup. 10 carries, 35 yards for Harvey. Mayville State trailing 23-0 to the University of Marion in the fourth quarter. It was 2-0 in the third quarter. Now it's 23-0 University of Marion in the fourth, leading Mayville State. That's on 105.5 FM. Pitch back, Harvey. Gets back up the line of scrimmage, approaching midfield. Comes up a little bit short as he's knocked down by Hinks and Kylo. Kylo got from underneath, and Hinks came up on top. Football up to about the 49. They're calling a gain of 4 yards for Brandon Harvey. Carried it 11 times, 39 yards here this afternoon. 11 minutes to go, and the clock moving. Tied at 14. Receiver short to the right side. In motion is Arstead. Fake pitch back. Pation's going to take it himself to midfield. Then he's brought down by Casey Zeski. Got just across midfield. They're going to spot it right at the 50-yard line for a gain of 1 for Brent Pacion. 4 carries for 0 yards. 3rd down and 5. Ball at midfield. Cougars will head up to the line of scrimmage. 10:15 to go in the ball game. Tied at 14. Up in a tight formation are the Cougars. In motion is Arstead. Fakes the pitch back, gives it to Harvey, and he'll be brought down at midfield by Nate King. Nate King's played a heck of a game here for the Jaguars. And they're going to call it a loss of about the length of the football. 12 carries, 38 yards for Brandon Harvey. 4th and a long 5. And the Cougars will get up the line here. They'll get ready to punt it away. Pat Strand back to punt. There's the snap and the punt. This one drifting toward out of bounds, and it will be out. But it looks like it's going to be a nice punt down to around the 10 or 15-yard line. So it turns out to be a nice punt here, putting Northern Cass deep in their own territory. 9:17 to go in the ball game, tied at 14. The 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. So Northern Cass deep in their own territory. And we're going to have a timeout by the Cougars. It'll be their second timeout of the half. We'll come back, continue with more right after this 30-second timeout. Cougars use their second timeout of the half, so they have 1 remaining. Northern Cass still has all 3 of their timeouts in the second half. 9:17 to go in the ball game, tied at 14. Man in motion, back at their own 12-yard line. Up the middle is going to be Nate King, and he's going to get it across the 15-yard line to about the 17. Gain of about 5. 10 carries and about 73 yards for King. Three receivers left side. Cass Peterson in motion. Handoff. King up the middle. And he's tied up right away. Back at the line of scrimmage. Stopped by Mark Strand and a host of others. And it looks like they gave him about a yard. 11 carries, 74 yards for King. Third and a long 5. Man in motion, Cass Peterson. Mullen looks around on the right side. Pass caught by Nate King up to the 35 and brought down just past the 35-yard line. Another big play for Nate King, and Mullen had the patience to look down that side and wait for King to be open. And they're going to have the ball up at the 39-yard line. 21-yard completion. Dustin Mullen is 11 for 16 passing. He has been making a lot of passes. And up the middle, huge hole for Hansen across midfield down to the 45-yard line. He's going to pick up 16 yards on the play. Big 16-yard run up the middle for Dallas Hansen. He's carried it 19 times this afternoon and a total of 49 yards. Tied at 14, Northern Cass making progress down the field on a long drive. They need to go a total of 88 yards. Right now they are across midfield to 45. Mullen back to throw. Pass on the left side. Cass Peterson had to reach up, couldn't get it. In and out of the hands. Would have been a gain of about 4 had it been caught, but it's broken up as Philip Esslinger got in there defensively. So it'll be 2nd and 10, and for Mullen, that's only the 6th pass that has not gone for a completion. He's 11 for 17 passing, totaling 137 yards. Just over 7.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Cougars and Jaguars tied at 14. Trips to the right, man in motion is Cass Peterson. Handoff goes to Hansen up the middle. Spins around, gets his momentum down to about the 40-yard line. Maybe the 41. They'll spot at the 41 for a gain of 4. That's his 10th carry. And he's now over the 50-yard mark at 53 yards. 3rd and a long 5. Ball's at the 41-yard line on the Cougars side of the field. So the Jaguars have pretty decent field position here. They started back at their own 12. They've come a long way. Trips to the left side. In motion is Cass Peterson. Back to throw. Mullen, he's in a lot of trouble. Tries a stiff arm. He spun around and brought down. Big quarterback sack. And it's Mark Strand getting a huge quarterback sack. Mullen had nowhere to throw it. This is going to be a big loss of 11 yards. And Dustin Mullen, who had 11 yards positive, is now at 0 yards on 8 times with the ball on the ground. So it's now 4th and long, and the Jaguars have to punt. Spiraling punt, takes a Jaguars bounce, keeps on going, and finally picked up. Picking it up is Lucas Bush. And the football is going to be inside the 20-yard line. So nice punt, gets it down to the 17-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 17 for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. Tied with Northern Cass at 14 all. Cougars in the huddle, 6:02 to go in regulation. And the Cougars are up to the line on 1st and 10. They go the receiver on each side. 2 receivers to the right. Pass to Arstead, and it's complete. A low pass, but he reached down and got it. And then put down by Nate King. Caught just shy of the 25-yard line. Now they'll put it right on the 25, so it's an 8-yard reception. 4 for 10 passing is Payshon, totaling 60 yards. Arstead's second catch, and he now has 34 yards total in receiving yards. Most of his yards have been on the ground, 115 on the ground for Arstead. Hand off, left side, Arstead, a lot of room, 30 up to close to the 35-yard line. And then the tackle is made by Dustin Hinkst. Football up to the 34-yard line. And that's a gain of 9 on the run by Arstead. He has carried the ball 8 times for 124 yards. Only 2 carries in this second half. Carry for a yard and now 1 for 9. First and 10 at their own 34-yard line. In motion. Back to throw. Deep pass for Payshon. It's intercepted by Cass Peterson up to the 40, 35, 30. Breaks another tackle. Down to the 25. Spun around, and he's finally brought down by Mark Strand. Huge return there. Caught at the 45-yard line by Cass Peterson. And he's going to return this interception all the way down to about the 24. So it's a 21-yard return on the interception. .450 to go in the ball game, and Northern Cass has great field position down at the 24 of Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. In motion, Cass Peterson. Hand off, King to the right side, spins, pushes his way up close to the 20-yard line. He'll be down at the 21 for a gain of a long 3 on the play.
King on the carry, Arstead on the tackle.
Nate King, 12 carries on the ground, 77 yards. Ball is at the 21. Northern Cass wants a timeout. It's their first timeout of this half. 4:17 to go in the ball game. Tied at 14. We're back with more in 30 seconds. Timeout taken by Northern Cass. That's their first. So they have 2 left in this half. Cougars still have 1 timeout remaining. 4:17 to go. Tied at 14. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon scored all 14 of their points in the first quarter. Northern Cass answered back in the third quarter with all 14 of their points. Ball at the 21. Northern Cass up to the line. They're 21 yards in the end zone, trying to get the lead for the first time. On second down, about 7. Up the middle is Maud as he keeps it himself. And Mullen's going to get the ball up to about the 17. It'll be a gain of 4 yards for Dustin Mullen. He's had the ball 9 times on the ground for 4 yards.
Let's hear it from the Cougar fans.
3:52 to go, and the clock moving. Northern Cass with the ball on 3rd and about 2. Ball at the 17-yard line. Up the middle is Moen again, trying to break through, and he's going to get a yard or 2. Philip Esslinger's in there for the tackle. Ball be at the 15-yard line for a 2-yard gain.
Bring up 4th down. And about run.
And it'll be 4th and short. So the Jaguars, with 4th and a yard at most to go, are going to go for it here with 2 receivers on the right. Mullen trying to push up the middle, and he might have it. Looks like they've got it up for a first down. As again, Mullen for the 3rd straight play took it up the middle. Gain of about 2 yards, and it's a first down. 11 carries, 8 yards for Dustin Maud. So it will be 1st and 10 at about the 13-yard line of Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. Northern Cass getting closer and closer to the end zone. Twins to the left, man in motion, handoff up the middle. Nate King, big hole, goes up the middle, and he's going to be down to about the 5-yard line. As he went right down the middle, going to pick up about 7. I'll say about 7 yards for Nate King, 13 carries, 84 yards unofficially. Ball at about 6-7 yard line. Getting close to the end zone on a 2nd and about 3. In motion. Cass Peterson up the middle is Moan, takes it himself, and he gets down to the 5-yard line. Going to gain about 2 yards there. And he's had the ball 12 times for 10 yards. And it'll be 3rd down and about a yard to go. Ball is at the 5. And 2 receivers here, 1 on each side. Up the middle is Moan, and the quarterback sneak again, and it just keeps working on this drive. And it looks like it's enough. It's a 1st down. Tackle made by Ryan Black and by Esslinger. Ball about the 3. We're going to call it a 2-yard gain. 13 carries, 12 yards. 1st and goal at about the 2.5-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. And in motion, Cass Peterson. Moan hands it off to King, and he's gobbled up in the backfield. He's going to be backed up to about the 5-yard line. Let's see where they spot the ball here. It looks like Northern Cass wants a timeout. So they're going to get a timeout here. Minute 18 to go in regulation. Tied at 14. We're back in 30 seconds. Jaguars took the timeout. Each team has 1 timeout left. Northern Cass will have 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line, trying to get the lead as we're tied at 14. 4 receivers, Twins on each side. Up the middle, a quarterback keeper by Moan, and he's going to get close to the goal line. Moan has continually been running that one right up the gut. Gain of about 3 yards, looks to be at about the 2-yard line. 14 carries, 15 yards for Dustin Moan. 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line. 4 receivers again. Trying to get in the end zone. And another quarterback sneak up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. Flag on the play. We've got a flag. 46 seconds to go in regulation, but there is a flag. And it's on Northern Cass. So this should back it up. I didn't really say what the penalty was, though. Might have been unsportsmanlike, I guess. Right now, the officials are talking things over. Whether or not it'll be 3rd down or 4th down. It'll be 3rd. 3rd and goal at the 8. Loss of 5 yards. That's right, at the 7. 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. 40 seconds to go, the clock rolling. 3rd and goal at the 7. 3 receivers right side. Moen back to throw, looks around, gets a nice block from King. Running the right side past the end zone, and it's out of reach for Cass Peterson. Moen kind of threw it off balance, and it's going to be 4th and goal at the 7. Moen now 11 for 18 passing. 28 seconds to go. Tied at 14. Timeout Jaguars. We're back in 30 seconds. Jaguars use their final timeout. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon still has 1 timeout left. Congratulations to our pizza shop winner, Kim Kylo. Kim Kylo, our pizza shop winner. Glad you are joining us this afternoon, listening to the Jaguars as they've come back and tied it up here. 4th and goal at the 7. Back to throw is Moan. Looks around. He's going to try to take it himself. Still looking around. Pass is caught just short of the end zone to Cody Peterson, who made the catch, but it's short of the end zone by about a yard. 19.9 seconds to go, and it's a turnover on downs at the 1-yard line. And we're tied at 14, so the Jaguars were a yard short of taking the lead with only seconds remaining. It'll be a completed pass totaling 6 yards from Dustin Moen to Cody Peterson. So now, Cougars with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 1. In motion. Up the middle, and Philip Esslinger with the ball, the fullback, getting it up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. So that should run the timeout here. They're going to watch the clock, and we're going to be going to overtime. And the clock runs out. We're going to overtime. At the end of regulation, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon 14, Northern Cass 14. Overtime coming up in 2 minutes. Well, we're going to overtime, tied at 14 after regulation. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon scored 14 in the first quarter. Northern Cass in the third quarter climbing back, scored 14. No points were scored in the second or fourth quarters. Northern Cass, with 19 seconds to go in regulation, completed a pass and went from Dustin Moen to Cody Peterson. They were at the 7-yard line on 4th and goal. Completed pass down to the 1 and pushed out of bounds. Cougars got the ball back, and they ran the clock out. If Northern Cass can just get 1 extra yard there, they probably win it 21-14. Or would have been very, very difficult for the Cougars in 19 seconds to try to come back. But what a comeback here by Northern Cass, and now we go to overtime. No time on the clock. Each team gets an opportunity in overtime, so each get a drive. Both teams are in their huddles right now before they head to the field. About 4 minutes after 4, you're listening to Class A Region 1 football coverage on KMAV Mayville, Portland, 1520 AM. Cougars break out of the huddle first, and they'll head toward the field. And Northern Cass will now bring the defense out. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon will be on offense first. And Northern Cass will get an opportunity after that. Tied at 14.
Cougars, first down from the 10.
So Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon will be on offense from the 10-yard line. Start at the 10. They need to get there in 4 plays. Payshan gets the man in motion. That's Harvey. Handoff goes up the middle to Esslinger, and he's in for the touchdown on the first play.
Esslinger runs down to about the 1-yard line.
Now the motion touchdown first, but it looks like it's short.
Second down.
It'll be second and short at just short of the goal line, so it'll be just a 9-yard run. So just short of the touchdown, but right by the goal line. Second down, quarterback sneak up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. Brent Payshan with a 1-yard run up the middle for the touchdown here in overtime. And it's 20-14. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead. So it's a 1-yard run for Payshan. And Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon wants a timeout before they decide what to do, or whether they'll go for 1 or 2 here. We'll come back in 30 seconds. 20-14 is our score. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead after getting a touchdown here in overtime. 9-yard run for Philip Esslinger, and then a 1-yard quarterback keeper for Brent Pachion. And now to see what the Cougars will do, whether they go for 1 or for 2. As they took the timeout, Northern Cass will get a chance as well on offense here in overtime. Everyone up to the line, and Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon is going to try for a 2-point conversion. Fullback Esslinger behind the quarterback Pachion. Back to throws, Pachion, pass, and it is off the ground. It was caught, but after it hit the ground, and it's incomplete. So here in overtime, 20-14, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead. And Northern Cass will now go on offense. Plus, we had a legal procedure on Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. That'll be declined. Northern Cass will take over, and they will be at the 10-yard line. We'll come back and get ready for more in 30 seconds. Well, Northern Cass will get their chance now. They're at the 10-yard line. They have 10 yards and 4 plays to get to the end zone. Trailing 20-14 here in overtime. Man in motion, Cass Peterson. Moan hands it off to King, and he's going to get a yard or two, and that's about it. Brought down in a huge pile. And the tackle looked like Jeremy Salzer.
Written down by Matt Strand.
And Matt Strand also in on the tackle. Gain of a yard. So 1-yard pickup for Nate King. 15 carries, 83 yards. 2nd and goal at the 9. Cass Peterson in motion. Moan looks around, back to throw. He's in trouble. Pass the left side. Nearly picked off right through the hands of Philip Esslinger. But Northern Cass is going to have 3rd and goal at the 9 instead of that being the end of the ball game. Nearly picked off. Dustin Moan now 12 for 20 passing for 143 yards. 3rd and goal at the 9. Jaguars must score on this drive in overtime, or the Cougars will pick up the win. 20-14 in overtime. Cougars with the lead. Receiver to the left side, Cass Peterson. Back to throw his Moan. Pass, and it's too far. Gets away from Cass Peterson. Incomplete pass, and it's 4th and goal from the 9-yard line. Jaguars must score now on this final play, and they want a timeout. We're back in 30 seconds. Northern Cass uses the timeout. 20-14, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead in overtime. Cougars got a touchdown, went for 2, and did not get the 2-point conversion. Northern Cass now on their chance in overtime. Picked up a yard on the first play, and then 2 incomplete passes, and it's now 4th and goal at the 9. Jaguars must score on this play, or the game is over. So it comes down to this play for Northern Cass. They're going to go with 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right side, Cody Peterson and Cass Peterson. From the left side, Lucas Bush. They're going to add a receiver in Kylo to the left also. 4 wide receivers, 1 running back. Back to throw is Moan. Looks around. Going to try to take himself. Pitch back goes to King. He looks around the field. Pass to the end zone left side. It's caught for the touchdown. Lucas Bush with the catch. Nate King, the halfback, makes the pass. I want to know if Northern Cass had planned that the whole time or not, because it looked like Moan was going to take it himself. He was in trouble. So he pitched it back to King. King throws to the left side, finds Lucas Bush in the end zone. We're tied 20-20. Cody Peterson's going to try for the extra point. If he makes it, Northern Cass wins in overtime. If not, we go to overtime number 2. There's the snap, and the kick is up, nearly blocked, and it is wide left. We're going to overtime number 2. Wide left on the kick, and it was almost blocked as well. at the end of overtime. We're tied at 20. We get ready for overtime number 2 right after this 1-minute timeout. Well, 9-yard pass from Nate King, the running back, who got the pitch back through to Lucas Bush for the touchdown to tie it. Extra point kick put up by Cody Peterson, and it's no good. And at the end of overtime number 1, we're tied at 20. And now we go to overtime number 2. Northern Cass will start this time. First and goal from the 10. Receiver to the left side. And we got a delay of game on Northern Cass. They're going to lose 5 yards. So a loss of 5. Ball be at the 15-yard line. First and goal from the 15. Jaguars get up to the line. Score tied at 20. We're in overtime number 2. Lucas Bush, the receiver to the left side. Back to throw is Moan. Looks to Bush deep down the left side. And we're going to have a flag here as Bush is getting pulled on. And we'll have to see if it's going to be pass interference indeed, like it looked like it would be. Two of the officials are attacking it over right here. And that's what it's going to be, pass interference on Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon, as Lucas Bush did not have a chance to make the grab there as he is being pushed. So it's defensive pass interference on the Cougars. And they're going to make it half the distance to about the 7-yard line. Call it about an 8-yard penalty. So it's now first down at the 8, going up the middle. On the quarterback sneak is Dustin Maud, up to around the 5.
It's down to the 5-yard line, 7 down and 5.
Gain of about 2 there for Dustin Maud. He's had the ball 15 times for 17 yards. Second and goal from the 5 for Northern Cass. Tied at 20 here in double overtime. Each team scored 6 points but couldn't get any extra points in overtime number 1. Cass Peterson in motion, handoff. King up the middle, trying to move around the left side, spins around, and he's going to be short of the end zone.
Third down.
Matt Strand with the tackle. Football at about the 2-yard line. Gain of 3 for Nate King. 86 yards on 16 carries for Nate King. King has played a heck of a game here for Northern Cass, especially helping him out in the second half. 4 wide receivers. Third and goal to 2. Up the middle, quarterback sneak. Moan, and Moan's in for the touchdown. 26-20, Northern Cass takes the lead. And that is the first Northern Cass lead of the game. And now it looks like we're going to have a timeout. Northern Cass wants a timeout. They're up 26-20 in double overtime. We're back in 30 seconds. Well, 26-20 is our score. Northern Cass with their first lead of the game here in double overtime. They tied it up a couple of times in the second half, tying it at 14, and then in the first overtime it was tied again, bringing us to overtime 2. Jaguars are going to try for the 2-point conversion. They go with twins to the left side, and we are going to have a timeout by the Cougars. So each team uses their timeout here in double overtime. We're back in 30 seconds. Well, each team's used their timeout in double overtime. Northern Cass was showing that they were going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Northern Cass will be going for the conversion.
So again, Northern Cass is going to try for a 2-point conversion, up 26-20 in double overtime. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon is up 14-0 at the half. At the end of regulation, we were tied at 14. After overtime 1, we were tied at 20. Back to throw is Moen. Pass caught, and in is Nate King for the two-point conversion. 28-20, Northern Cass with the lead in double overtime. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon will get their chance on offense right after this 30-second timeout. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon will get their chance on offense here in double overtime. 28-20, Northern Cass with their first lead of the game. In motion is Harvey. Handoff, left side, Arstead trying to push ahead, and he's going to get up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. In on the tackle was Cass Peterson. It'll be a gain of about 2 yards up to the 8 yard line. 9 carries for Adam Arstead now, totaling 126 unofficially. Second and goal at the 8 yard line for the Cougars. Listening to football on KMAV 1520 AM, Mayville, Portland. Mayville State Comets losing today 23-0 to the University of Mary. In motion is Harvey. Handoff up the middle, wide open for Philip Esslinger, and Esslinger, is he going to be in or not? He's down at the 1 yard line. He had a huge opening up the middle, took it all the way down to the 1. That's a 7 yard gain. 43 yards on 7 carries for Esslinger. Third and goal at the 1. Now, if the Cougars score, they need a 2-point conversion to move this into a third overtime. Otherwise, Northern Cass to get the win. Third and goal at the 1. Tight formation. Full house backfield. Handoff up the middle. And Harvey is in for the touchdown. 1 yard run for Brandon Harvey. And it's 28-26 Northern Cass. And now the Cougars must go for a 2-point conversion. They need the 2-point conversion in order to take this to triple overtime. 28-26 Northern Cass. Cougars right now don't know what to do here.
We have no timeout.
They're out of timeouts. They're looking over the sideline.
Oh, we could have one left from before.
Unless they're using the one they didn't use in the second half, which might be the case. So they call a timeout. They'll go for the 2-point conversion in 30 seconds. Timeout used by Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. They're using the final timeout. Now neither team has a timeout left. The Cougars had not used one of their timeouts in the second half. They used 2 of their 3 in the third and fourth quarters. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. If they don't make it, Northern Cass wins. We're in double overtime, 28-26 Northern Cass. 2 receivers here. Fumble on the play, picked up in the backfield by Harvey. He spun around, he's brought down, and that's it. Huge loss on the play. Northern Cass down 14-0 at halftime, comes back, and in double overtime, it's Northern Cass 28, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon 26, and that's a big win for the Northern Cass Jaguars. They've played some teams close and played them tough, and this is a win that they definitely needed. And for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon, they would have liked to win this one and stay in pretty good position in Class A Region 1, but Northern Cass is going to win this one in double overtime, 28-26. Big comeback for Northern Cass. We'll recap it on the VW Motors of Cooperstown postgame report coming up in 2 minutes. Well, the final score in double overtime, 28-26. Northern Cass with the comeback win over Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon. Start things off with the game summary brought to you by the Goose River Bank of Mayville and Hillsboro. Let's take a look at the scoring summary first off. It was all Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon in the first half. First drive for the Cougars. They started at their own 30-yard line, capped off a 70-yard drive on a 26-yard pass from Brent Pachion to Adam Arstead. And the extra point kicked in by Jim Hegvik. 9:11 to go first quarter is 7-0 Cougars with the lead. Cougars on their second drive would try for a 30-yard field goal from Jim Hegvik, and it was no good with 4:17 to go in the first quarter. Northern Cass then had the ball, got up to about midfield, and the pass from Dustin Moen was picked off by Wade Bomber in return for a touchdown, a total of 51 yards. And the extra point kicked in by Jim Hegvik. 14-0, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead, minute 38 to go in the first quarter. Cougars were driving toward the end of the first half, and they got down to just a few yards from the end zone, and Dustin Moen picked off a pass from Brent Pacion, and with 6 seconds to go in the half, ball went back to Northern Cass, and the Cougars did not go up by 3 touchdowns. So it's 14-0, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead at halftime. We move ahead to the second half. Northern Cass with the football on their opening drive. They had to take it 67 yards, and they would, to get the touchdown. A 6-yard run for Dustin Moen would get them on the board, and the extra point kicked in by Cody Peterson. 14-7, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead, 7:21 to go in the third quarter. Northern Cass on their next drive would have to go 56 yards on the drive, and it would be capped off on a 10-yard pass from Dustin Moen to Nate King. The extra point would be kicked in by Cody Peterson with 9 seconds to go in the third quarter. We were tied at 14. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon got the ball back, and they had a ways to go to get down the field. And they did rather well in the drive up until the pass was picked off by Cass Peterson, and he returned it 21 yards, 4:50 to go in regulation. Northern Cass would get it back. Northern Cass then would continue driving, and they would have just about a half a minute left to go in regulation. On 4th down and goal from about the 7-yard line. Pass was complete down to the 1, and they could not get it into the end zone. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon had the ball back at their own 1, and they ran it up the middle and ran out the clock and went to overtime. In overtime number 1, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon, they started on offense first at the 10-yard line. They would get in to score a 1-yard run by the quarterback, Brent Pacion, and the 2-point conversion attempt on the pass was no good. 20-14, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon with the lead in overtime. Northern Cass would get their turn on offense, and they would score on a 9-yard pass. It was 4th and goal from the 9. They needed to complete the pass, or the Cougars would win, and Northern Cass would get that touchdown. The quarterback, Dustin Moen, went back, looked around, found nobody open, decided to take it himself, and then as he was being pushed, pitched it back to the running back, Nate King. King found Lucas Bush in the end zone for a great pass, and that would make it 20-20. The extra point attempt by Cody Peterson was up, and it was wide left. So it was 20-20 after overtime. In double overtime, Northern Cass would score on the drive, and it'd be capped off by a 2-yard run from Dustin Moen. And the 2-point conversion was good. Moen to Nate King, who was right on the goal line and caught it for the 2-point conversion. So Northern Cass took a 28-20 lead in double overtime. Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon would go on offense, and they would score. Final play on that drive, a 1-yard run for Brandon Harvey. And the Cougars had to go for the 2-point conversion to tie it and go to a triple overtime. The ball was fumbled, however, by the quarterback Pacion, picked up by Brandon Harvey deep in the backfield, and he had nowhere to go. And Northern Cass with a big come-from-behind win. The Jaguars are down 14-0 at halftime, but come up and win it in double overtime, 28-26. Northern Cass with the win, now 1-2 in region play, and Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon now 1-2 also. Big plays by Northern Cass in the second half as they came back to get the win in double overtime. Tip of the cap to both these teams on a very fine football game. We will come back and take a look at some of the individual and team numbers right after this from the Goose River Bank. Let's take a look at the individual numbers here. In the rushing department for Northern Cass, Nate King, he ended up being a big part of this ball game in a lot of ways. Nate King, 16 carries on the ground, 86 yards. Dustin Moen at cornerback had the ball 16 times on the ground for 19 yards, including a short touchdown. Dallas Hansen, 10 carries, 53 yards. Casey Kylo had 4 carries for -8, and Cass Peterson had the ball 3 times for 6. Passing department for Northern Cass. What can you say about Dustin Moe? He kept finding guys to pass the ball to, and he finished 12 for 21 passing. The second half was very good to him in terms of passing yardage. Finished with 143 yards. Cody Peterson, who went for a punt, fake punt, and went and passed, made it a complete pass, was 1-for-1 passing at 3 yards. Nate King with that big play as the ball was pitched back to him, and he threw one to the end zone in the first overtime for a 9-yard pass. Receiving yards unofficially for Northern Cass, Lucas Bush, 3 receptions, 43 yards, including a 9-yard touchdown in overtime. Cody Peterson, 2 catches for 14 yards. Cass Peterson caught 5 for 51 yards. And Nate King, can't say enough about Nate King. He caught 4 for 47 yards. And Nate King was big, passing, rushing, receiving, you name it. Nate King was big in this one for Northern Cass. For Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon, running the football, Adam Arstead had a big day, 9 carries, 126 yards. Phil Besslinger carried the ball 7 times, 43 yards. Brandon Harvey, 13 carries for 39 yards. Brent Pachion, 5 times on the ground for a yard. Passing department for the Cougars, Brent Pachion, 4 for 10, 60 yards. And receiving stats for the Cougars, Adam Arstead caught 2 for 34 yards. Phil Besslinger had a catch for 25, and 1 reception for Jordan Grover of 1 yard. The team numbers here for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon, they ran for 209 yards, passed for 60, for a total offense of 269 yards. Northern Cass, 164 on the ground, 155 in the air, a total offense of 319. So the Jaguars, who were down in total offense in the first half, 205 to 103, end up with 319 yards against the Cougars' 269. Penalties, Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon had 3 penalties for 18 yards. The Jaguars 5 penalties for 35 yards. 28-26, Northern Cass with the win over Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon in double overtime. We'll come back and take a look at our player of the game selections in 2 minutes. Well, we got a whole bunch of guys to go with here. For Northern Cass, first off, going to go with Nate King. He was a big player in this one in a lot of different ways. Running the football, 16 carries, 86 yards. He received 4 passes for 47 yards, including a touchdown. And he also had a pass on a pitch back, and then in overtime, passed it to the end zone, found Lucas Bush, who made the catch. And Nate King, a big player here in a comeback win for Northern Cass. Also going to go with Dustin Moe. Did a nice job at quarterback, kept finding his receivers with 12 for 21 passing, 143 yards, and also had some good positive yardage running the football. And Cass Peterson, he made some nice plays in this one as well. Cass Peterson had an interception in this ball game. Also, yardage for Cass Peterson, 5 catches, 51 yards. He also ran the ball a few times and played very well. Nate King, Dustin Moe, and Cass Peterson for Northern Cass. And for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon, we'll go with Adam Arstead and Wade Bomber. Adam Arstead did a great job on the ground and also in the air. He ran it 9 times, 126 yards, and caught a couple passes for 34 yards, including a touchdown. And Wade Bomber, his touchdown on the interception return also proves to be very big because Northern Cass was driving there, and Wade Bomber took it back for a touchdown. They were up 14-0 at the half. It could have been a lot different without that play. So our play of the game selections for Northern Cass, Nate King, Dustin Moe, and Cass Peterson. And for Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon, Adam Arstead and Wade Bomber. Again, the final 28-26, Northern Cass with the win over Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon in double overtime. Both teams now 1-2 in Region 1 Class A football. Also today, Mayville State lost to the University of Mary 23-0. Major League Baseball, the Twins over the Tigers 7-3. That's going to do it for our coverage here this afternoon. Hope you enjoyed it. It was very exciting and a great ball game watching these two teams fight here and go into double overtime. Northern Cass over Griggs County Central-Finley-Sharon 28-26. As always, we ask you to patronize our sponsors. At the very least, stop in and thank them. They're the ones who make these sports broadcasts possible on KMAV. Jennifer Keating has been our engineer back at the KMAV studios. A job well done this afternoon. From Cooperstown for KMAV Sports, I'm Craig Keating. Good afternoon.